Hi, this is KAJUKENBO Live, coming out of South Lake Tahoe, California. This is the Worldwide KAJUKENBO Federation March Update 2023. Today I thought I'd do a little different view in the background. That's my backyard, and it's still snowing away. We've been digging our driveways out for the last 2 weeks. It's been a mess, but I thought it'd be kind of pretty view instead of seeing the regular one I have, and you can see the snow in the background coming down. It's quite beautiful, but when the snow is taller than your house, it's kind of not fun. But anyway, I hope everybody's safe out there in this weather and stuff all around the country and the world and stuff like that. 'Cause I know some places that the weather's pretty bad. What I want to start off with is I put on my site the KAJUKENBO patch, the one that we always have. I usually don't do too much, but like stuff like this. But I want to make it mandatory. This is one thing I'm going to kind of put my foot down. That every student, every school has to wear our patch, and it just shows more strength and stuff like that. Because I know some schools do. Some schools don't get them. Some, they just have their own little patch and stuff. I'm not saying replace your patch with it, but you want to have that patch somewhere in your uniform. Usually, you put it over your heart, your left side. That's where I kept my association patch when I was with the KAA, the old KAA, for years, and under Gaylord from the 70s on. And even today, the patch is still there. It's over the left side, and usually we kept his patch on our shoulder and stuff like that. So just make sure that you guys order the patch. And what I did to make it so everybody can afford to get it, I brought the patch down to only like $5. That way everybody can do it. It's on, if you go to my www.kaa.com, you can go down, you can pay for your patch, and as many as you want on there. I mean, some people, you have your own studios, and maybe you give them a better rate or whatever. But I thought $5 is pretty affordable for anybody that can afford and stuff like that. And like I said, I don't usually ask for no money. You get certificates. People donate $25. You don't have to, but most people do. The patches and stuff like that. I'd like to see, people go ahead and get them. We have a KAJUKENBO store on the Worldwide KAJUKENBO website, and that's just to bring in extra money for the WWKA and it goes right out to help the other people. And I know a lot of people think, well, I can get a little cheaper and stuff like that. And the way we look at it is the way I was taught years ago in my studio with Grandmaster Vargas and stuff like that. He said the same thing. People said, well, you're selling a shirt for, let's say, $20. We can get it for 15. Okay, but that extra money helps the studio. It helps pays the rent. It helps pays the electricity bill. It helps pay the water jug that, you guys drink out of. So it's just not like gimme type money thing. It's it goes back into the studio, like most all karate studios do. And in our case, it goes right into the association, right out to help the other people. So please, I'm making this a mandatory thing. You need to get the patch and wear it on the uniform. Make sure all the instructors have it and all the students have it. And I know a lot of countries and stuff like that are pretty poor, and I'm sure you can figure something out. But if you can afford this patch and that patch and this patch on your uniform, you can afford one more. So that's not an excuse I want to hear. Okay. Again, and then what we got too is we got some seminars coming up. Myself and Grandmaster Willis will attend the seminars and teach, and probably Grandmaster New, if he's available, will be able to come. And like Morocco, Kuwait, for sure they're gonna go there. I'm gonna miss the Morocco one That's coming up this in April, because being sick and everything kind of put everything behind me. I'm like a month or so behind and everything. But I'm getting everything caught up, so we'll be able to make these seminars and be able to go all over. Um, so again, try to set up so that way we'll be able to be there and stuff like that. And we got a lot of. Also, too, we have a lot of interviews coming up this month coming up. Just to name a few, I got Grandmaster Link Martin from Rhode Island. He's from Rhode Island. Really nice man. He's got a nice studio. And we're going to interview him. He's a Shotokan practitioner, and he's under the Worldwide KAJUKENBO Federation. And so I want to interview him. We're going to interview Grandmaster Willis, as he's starting his own association, Willis KAJUKENBO Association. And again, we'll back him 100%, in his future ventures going on with his association. Also, too, if you go to KAJUKENBO Napoli, that's a podcast that one of our black belts that runs our Italy school, Dave Charlesworth. He's the one that did the interview on me a week or so ago, and he's going to start doing some other different interviews. So if you want to be involved in one of his interviews on his podcast, just get a hold of him. He's on the YouTube, and he's on Facebook, and he's a really good guy, and he does a great interview, and non-biased and anything like that. So you have a fun time with him doing that. Like I just gonna call him, and he's already said just he'll put you on the list. But I know hopefully he's gonna do Grandmaster Willis. Hopefully he's gonna do Grandmaster Baca, I think, and then whoever wants to be on the thing. And the same thing with the KAJUKENBO Live, the one I run here. If you want to be part of our one of our podcasts, or somebody that wants to be on it, get a hold of me, and we'll set it up, and we'll do the interview. And like I said, we're non-biased, so it doesn't make a difference if you're KAJUKENBO, if you're Taekwondo, if you're Shotokan, like Grandmaster Martin, we're gonna do. It doesn't make a difference, because we're all martial arts. We're one big family, and that's the way I look at it. Also, too, is my book, My Story, Like It or Not. I'm trying to finish up a lot of chapters so we can start going into print. And again, like I said on the other YouTube channel I got, you can read all the chapters, but in the book, there's going to be twice as much on each chapter that I didn't want to put on social media. And that's the only reason I did that. I don't want to hurt a lot of people's feelings, or because their names will be brought up, and I don't want that on social media. It will be in the book, though, because it's a tell-all book. I'm not going to hold anything back. I'll tell you exactly the way it is. I don't twist anything. I don't exaggerate anything. I don't lie about anything, because there's no need to. So it should be, like I said, I probably got 3 or 4, maybe 5 more chapters to do, and then it'll go to writing, which Manuel Fernandez, one of our Seagons, he writes books. He's been several plays and San Francisco shows and stuff. He's going to be doing a lot of the touching up on the writing that to make it perfect and stuff like that. Now I want to get to is the way we run our association. And I'm not going to mention no names, because I'm not bring these names up, but these are our people. I don't want to see any fighting. I don't want to hear he said, she said. I don't want to hear, they suck and we're better, or all that kind of crap. That's just high school stuff. We're one big family. We work together as a team. I don't care if this country hates that country, or this country hates that country. I don't care. When you guys are under the Worldwide KAJUKENBO Federation, myself and the Jimenez method, we are one family. We work together. And we're out there to help others. So if you get your KAJUKENBO forms down and you're not KAJUKENBO, get them down. You need to get them down. But in the same token, the KAJUKENBO practitioners will benefit from the style of martial art that you learn. And you'll be able to learn different techniques. That's why I call it a family. So, I'll sit in the middle and I'll go like this in a ping pong ball, listen to back and forth. But when it comes down to it, we're one family. And we have each other's backs. That's what I want. Now, I know in this world, some countries don't get along with other countries. But it's sad, and I know it can't be fixed. But in our federation, that's what I want. That's why I want everybody to wear that patch. Because that makes us one family. So if you go to a seminar, it's saying, wherever, Egypt, and you're from another country, you got that patch. Or if you go to we have a seminar in Nepal, and Morocco comes and he's got that patch, and they got their patch in Nepal. You see what I'm saying? It connects us to make one family. Now, I was talking to Grandmaster Willis the other day, and this is how I kind of run our association. Okay, there's a lot of associations out there, and I'm not going to mention names, that are pretty much falling apart right now. So they're grasping for people to be under them, or they're promoting them with, silly certificates and stuff like that. You don't want to do that. If I have, let's say Grandmaster Willis's association, I'm going to back him 100%. He's going to back me 100%. That's his own thing. This is our own thing. But we don't tear each other down or tell each other to take each other off the poster because of this and that. That's called hatred and jealousy. So what you want to try to do is help the other person. If I can help Grandmaster Willis in his association, that's great. If he can help me in our association, that's great. That's what you do. You work together. You have your own little sides. This is yours, this is mine, that's it. But you make it strong. And you work together. So keep that in mind. That's exactly what I want. And then our last thing is, I hear on some of the social media, I don't want to bring the podcasts up, listen to some interviews, how KAJUKENBO is failing, and KAJUKENBO can't do this, and KAJUKENBO can't do that. And it's coming from a KAJUKENBO practitioner. Well, we all understand one thing. When you're the person just doing the punch, and you're standing there with your punch out, and I'm doing the technique, we all know, and if you don't know, then you're pretty, not all there, that the person you're fighting is not going to stand there and just do the punch out and hold his arm out. We all know that. But we practice the technique, we practice the punching attack and stuff like that. So if you do get in a situation, you're not going to use every part of that punching attack, or every part of that pinion, or every part of that grab bar. You're not going to do that. But if you take one little part of it and make it work, that's what you want. Now the grappling, sure. If you're a jiu-jitsu guy, or that goes to the ground and grapples, and that's just your thing, well, sure, that's going to be your expertise. If you get somebody in the ground, it's going to happen. You're going to, probably most likely win. But that's your expertise. But the other opponent might be good in his martial arts, and you have a hard time getting him down. And about, KAJUKENBO's, it's failing and stuff like that, and it's not all there. There's a lot of politics. We all know that. It's just silly. A lot of immaturity. It's ridiculous. A lot of he said, she said stuff. But KAJUKENBO's been around a long time, and it holds a lot of top martial artists. Not too much now because it's kind of like, but you got a handful, or well, more than a handful of top martial arts people out there. Even the ones that passed away. Senior Grandmaster Gaylord, Alan Reyes, and people like that. Those people. Those are lifetime people that you pretty hardly ever see will ever happen come around again. So KAJUKENBO's put out a lot of top people. Now you use the word KAJUKENBO, I'll be obviously. If I take someone that knows nothing about martial arts and I say, here's his Taekwondo, his Tai Chi, his Judo, his KAJUKENBO. Well, sure, probably KAJUKENBO will probably be on the last, not knowing what that is. If you had nothing to do with martial arts. If you're a martial artist, you would know. Well, if you have nothing at all that you knew about martial arts, of course, you're going to know what Judo is, you're going to know what Taekwondo is, and stuff like that. That's just the way it is. It's been that way, for a long, long time. But the people that do know martial arts, and has been around it a little bit, and asked around, then they're going to know what KAJUKENBO is, and they're going to be, oh, that's the style I want to take. Because you have an all-around everything put together inside there. Like I said, you just go to a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu studio and do that. That's great. More power to you. Okay, but there's schools out there that do both. They do KAJUKENBO. They do the grappling. They do the full contact, like Tom Theonopoulos in Oakdale. Beautiful studio, and he teaches all that, just not all of it. And he put out a great studio. And that's good. I give him 100% credit on that. I'm so proud of him that he has a studio like that puts out everything. Just not one, or just not the other, and one's better than the other. Puts it out all. And does it well. Doesn't do it half-assed, does it well. So that's an overall good martial artist. So when I hear KAJUKENBO's dying, I think KAJUKENBO is just starting. Now on my part on the MMA stuff, this is just my opinion. I've said this for a long time. Sure, they put out top, there's good fighters, and they made multi-millionaires, Ronda Rousey, all those guys, people like that. They made them, really rich with a lot of money. But in the long run, it kind of hurt a little martial arts a little bit, because in the child itself is really not going to want to do the katas, the pinyans, the pudginecks. All they want to do is grapple because they see that on TV. So you're missing that foundation that the martial arts puts on. You have to have that foundation. You can be the best street fighter in the world and go in there and learn a couple of grappling moves, a couple of punching, and go in there and fight in MMA. That's not going to make you a great martial artist. Okay, it might make you rich. You might beat the hell out of somebody. Okay, but to be a true martial artist, you have to have all that in your head, the forms, the techniques. You build your foundation and you work your way up. That's a good martial artist. Now again, before I get jumped on this, I'm not saying nothing bad about MMA. I just feel, in my opinion, it kind of hurt the martial arts in the long run. And I've talked to different studios, and they say the same thing. The kids don't want to come in and do forms. They don't want to do the grab arts. All they do is they want to come in here and grapple on the ground. So for money-wise, okay, well, we're not going to do that no more. We're just going to grapple, okay? And that's what you kind of, you want to, like I told them, I said, look, why don't you just do so many days of forms, so many days of the grappling, and this is like a mandatory those days. That way the kids can get their foundation down. And they kind of go, oh, that's kind of a good idea. But that's just my opinion on that part. So, again, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want you guys to have a great, great month of March. Hopefully the weather gets better. I know I'm tired of the weather. It looks really pretty in the background, but, and like as far as I can see is beautiful white snow. But the front of the house is not like that. It's tall as the house. I don't know if you've seen pictures on my Facebook. And the other day it took me 3 hours to shovel out one side because I have two driveways. And then same thing on the other side. You know, and I don't have a snowplow. I use a shovel. But my daughter's friend, he comes over and he snowplows me sometimes. You know, which is a really good guy. Anyway, like I said, you have any questions? Feel free to leave a message, email me, whatever you want to do. I'm here for everybody. But please leave your feedback on, things that you want to hear and stuff like that. If you want to be in an interview, just get a hold of me. If you want to read more of the books in the chapter, you want to go to Senior Grandmaster Jimenez, My Story, Like It or Not. That's, SGM.HEMENES, and then My Story, Like It or Not. It's on YouTube. Please like the channel. I'm not looking out for 1 million subscribers. Just click it so we have a few on there. So a lot of people do look at the books and stuff like that. Again, this is KAJUKENBO Live coming out of South Lake Tahoe, California. I'm Senior Grandmaster Jimenez. You have a blessed day, and we'll see you next time.